Rickstraw. Number 9, Jason Fuentes. Number 12, Jeffrey Fuentes. Number 29, Jesse Sanchez. Number 11, Jovel Gray. Number 8, Leonard Dunor. Number 23, Minibian Kagrira Carbo. Number 14, Oscar Ayala. And number 22, Jonathan Griffith. The Dragons are coached by Stefan Dragunov, assisted by Didi Abu and Joshua Mussey. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your CCBC Essex Knights. Number 3, Ethan Stewart. Number 8, Kazuma Ishizuka. Number 14, Mizuki Saika. Number 15, Riku Kawano. Number 16, Sam Cisse. Number 20, Ethan Hackenberg. Number 21, Kayla Marchani. Number 22, Toga Katsuma. Number 28, Kayla Pritchett. Number 31, Evan Doughton. And number 33, Robin Chazet. The Knights are coached by Joe Fiedler, assisted by Amara Bukar, Buck Stewart, Nico Roras, and Kobe Crone. Ladies and gentlemen, here at CCBC Essex, we embodied the spirit of sportsmanship because it's an important component of being a student athlete. We ask that you please refrain from the use of profanity and let all spectators remain positive and cheering for their favorite team.
And welcome back to the Castle here at CCBC Essex for game number 2 of our doubleheader. The CCBC Essex men's soccer team, the number 3 ranked team, the team that is 14-2 on the season, is going up against a tough test in the Howard Community College Dragons. 9-5 on the year, 4-2 in the conference. The Dragons are Dragons in the black jerseys, Knights in the home whites. Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth once again bringing you all the action. The Knights putting a 5-game winning streak on the line here today. And not only that, their last 4 games have been all shutouts. So the Knights playing some picture-perfect soccer right now. But all that could change as they have a tough test in front of them against the Dragons. The Knights averaging 5.9 goals per game, 0.6 goals given up per game. And those numbers are perfect, really. How can the Dragons keep up with that? Well, their numbers, maybe not perfect, but right below perfect. The Dragons averaging 4 goals per game and 1.7 goals given up. So these are 2 talented offenses and defenses. Should be a great contest. Some offense on display on both sides. And some great defense and probably some good goalie play as well. Aren't you glad you stuck with us for game number 2? The nightcap on this chilly Tuesday, October night. Some last-minute strategy talks from these 2 teams. We're going to get it started here. Kickoff's going to be about 7:11. We'll take it till we got a winner. That is, unless we play 2 overtime periods and we're still tied. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we'll have a winner in regulation here. We'll have a back-and-forth contest. I'm sure of it. This game is going to be physical. It's going to be close, and it's going to be a good one. As we are just seconds away from the opening kick. Goalie for the Knights leave the field. Sure he'll be coming back on because there's no one else taking his spot right now. Just delaying the inevitable, that is the start to this contest. I think referee wanted Robin Cholze to switch that goalie jersey up, wearing black. And puts on the gold now. Not that anyone in a black jersey, I'm sure, would confuse the gentleman wearing gloves and playing on the other team, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Makes sense, right? It's all fun and games right now, but the action about to start here in game number 2. So the Knights putting a 5-game winning streak on the line, But it actually goes a little bit deeper than that. They're putting a 7-game winning streak on the line against this Howard Community College Dragon teams. The Knights have won the last 7 matchups against Howard. Last season, the Knights beat Howard 2-1 in the regular season and then 3-0 in the region final. Some players on both sides, I'm sure, familiar with those outcomes. Knights starting off with possession here, looking near sideline. Kasuma catches it. Stewart plays it in towards the box. Pritchett! Oh, my! And he's offsides. Good ball by Ethan Stewart in towards the middle of the box. You saw that spin carrying it in that direction, and Caleb Pritchett just offsides. What could have been moment. Offense starting early here, though. Can the Dragons answer? Put a run at the goal themselves. Two teams with a lot of firepower offensively. Averaging just under 10 goals a game between the two of them, but I don't think we'll see that many goals put on the board here today. There's a through ball from Kasuma. Pritchett around the corner. Oh, what an effort! And the slaps of the turf from frustration by Kasuma. Toga Kasuma laid it up for his teammate Caleb Pritchett. Pritchett turned the corner, got the cross off. 22 did the limbo, got the head on it somehow, and almost made the spectacular happen. The offense really coming alive here in the early stages of the first. Not even 3 minutes in, and the Knights have had 2 good looks at the goal. Matters very little, though, as we're still playing to a scoreless game. There's a through ball all the way through, and Robin comes off the line with maybe a second to spare. Our first look at the offense for the Dragons right there. It was quick, but effective. Knights will slow things down. Ball played up, and whoo, what could have been? I was waiting for the offsides call. I was sure when he had that much space that he would have been offsides. He wasn't. What could have been moment there for the Knights? What still might be, though, as it's a corner. And I don't know exactly what the numbers are for the Knights in terms of making good on these corner kick opportunities, but I know what I've seen with my own eyes is they've made some spectacular plays on corner kicks this year. Maybe one right here. And there's an initial punch. One more clear. And that's dangerous, playing the ball through the middle, the Knights. Can they make them pay? What a play they do! Oh my goodness, what a finish! And the Knights get the scoring started early here. 5 minutes into the first half, they put the first one on the board. You got to have known that was coming the way this first half was going. Is that the moment that shocks this Dragons team back into this game? They're just one away. They can't let that be the beginning of the end, though. Sounds silly to say that with still so much time left in the game, but Fellers from Lincoln Park said it best. It starts with one. The comeback effort starts with one for the Dragons, but the flip side of that is the onslaught starts with one from the Knights. They got one a moment ago. Can they get one more here? It's another corner. And the corner is what started it all the first time. Dragons got a clear. Fumbled the bag just a bit. Watch the Knights put one on, and watch the Knights put a second one on there. Blink and you missed it, Caleb Pritchett. 2 shots on goal for the Knights, 2 goals. 5 minutes into the contest. What a start for the number 3 ranked Knights. And a nightmare start to this game for the Dragons continues. I said a moment ago, was that first goal the shock that gets them into the contest? Well, is that second goal the shock that wakes them up? Dragons need to play with a little control here, need to stop the bleeding. They need a play that steals some momentum. They'd love a goal, but I think they could live with a momentum-stealing run at the goal. That run won't come on that play there, as that one is misplayed on the far sideline. It's a turnover. The Knights taking over once again, hunting for more goals. Looking for their 6th straight victory and 5th straight shutout. 4 straight shutouts coming into today's contest. What an amazing record for this Knights team. Coach Fiedler's squad putting together another successful season. What a time for them to be playing their best soccer. It sounds silly to say that too, because the Knights had an impressive winning streak earlier this season as well. And that winning streak came to an end, and they just turned around and started a brand new one. Oh, that's a dangerous clear. Oh, played it to the teammate with the shoulder. And that will be a penalty kick. Foul in the box. The rough stuff coming at a really rough time. Coachable moment for the Dragons. Life's full of them. We'll move on, as now what's in front of us is this big penalty kick for the Knights. Man, could this be 3 straight unanswered goals for the Knights in the first 10 minutes of the contest? Good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square have packed up and left the stadium, but the Knights are still eating. Put another one on the board. He guessed right. But just too much power behind that shot. And it is indeed 3 straight to start the contest for the Knights. And this nightmare first half continues. Howard Community College Dragons, I'm sure, had much different ideas coming into this game. But how many times have you seen it this year, if you're a Knights player, coach, or fan, this team be a buzzsaw to another team? The teams come in here with an idea of what they're going to do, and then quickly they're introduced to a new way of thinking, because this Knights team, more times than not, they're the team dictating the action, setting the pace. We're seeing more of that here this afternoon. Some great play on the field from this Knights team. We really haven't even seen their defense be tested yet. We won't see them tested there either, as that dog has just a bit too much mustard on it. Oh, takes a good bounce for the Knights. And that one, though, doesn't take a good bounce. Though it'll be another penalty kick. Oh, my. It only gets worse as it's a penalty kick and a yellow card. You saw that through ball bounce over everybody's head. Took a lucky bounce for the Knights. Thought for a second that shot took an unlucky bounce for him, but then the whistle came, and well, we know what's in store here, or what we could potentially see. Maybe 4 straight from the Knights to start the first half, and we are still not even 10 minutes into the first half. The Knights have their potential second straight penalty kick goal. Time will tell. Whistle. We'll start things here. Penalty kick is good. And they go to that bottom far corner again. 4 straight put on by the Knights. Again, the nightmare first half continues for the Dragons. Ishizuka, the one who gets the goal. Oh, good run here for the Dragons. For a moment, you see the speed on display from their forwards. Defense does a good job of putting that ball right back into the offensive zone, trying to connect passes. Great effort. The defense for the Knights up to their first challenge, though. And they've been up to most challenges they've faced this season. 4 straight shutouts coming into today's game, and an average of just under 1 goal per game on the year. Coach Fiedler's defense has been doing an 85 Bears impression all season long. Great communication from the back line there. Leave it, leave it, leave it is the call, I think, coming from the goalie there, as we have finally hit 10 minutes played in the first half. And my goodness, look at those numbers up there on the board. 4 goals scored, 4 shots on goal for the Knights. A perfect start to this game. And this is a perfect opportunity to change this song on the field. Free kick opportunity. About 15 yards outside of the box. Great chance for the Dragons. Change this tune. Just the one-man wall set up. Maybe not expecting them to go for goal here. And they don't. And they don't even get it in towards the box as that ball's caught in the air with the head. Sent away effortlessly by the Knights. Oh, he probably needed to put a little mustard on that flick pass. He just stepped over it, let him go through. Oh, Kasuma is effortless. He's so silky. Dumping that pass off immediately, spinning around the defender, heading in towards space, wanting to get a pass back. Pass back to him never came, but great effort. Plays like that are why Kasuma named NJCAA Division II Player of the Month earlier this season. You know, just like that number 3 next to the CCBC Essex Knights names, they don't just give those Player of the Month awards away. You got to earn them. Kasuma earned that award, and the Knights team as a whole has earned that number 3 next to their name. Almost earning goal number 5 here. Left foot. Nope, they'll switch it off. And whoo-hoo, the cannonball. Hackenberg almost took somebody's head off with that one. Ethan Hackenberg has been such a pleasant surprise for this Knights team this year. Sophomore midfielder with some power on the foot, some trickery in the mind, and a whole lot of heart in the chest. Plays with a lot of effort. You see that number 20 jersey right there in the middle of the action more times than not. Some substitutions getting ready to check in for the Knights at the next whistle for them. The way this game has gone, or at least has started to go, I think at some point in the second half we'll see the second unit come in, check in for a big group substitution for this Knights team. See some defensive players, maybe get a chance to play a little offense. That may be jumping the gun, though. This Dragons team still capable of making this a contest. They average 4 goals exactly on the season, so they've got the firepower to get back in this. They just need it to go their way, and it's got to start with the defense. They create a few transition opportunities for themselves. Plays like that won't help. Whistle goes against the Dragons. Goal scoring opportunity here. Free kick just about 15 yards outside of the box. Hackenberg. Don't be surprised when he goes for goal here. Puts it in towards the middle instead, and the Knights got a body on it. Couldn't do anything with it. Here's the transition game for the Dragons. They've got space and time, but no possession. As that through ball found its way all the way through. The Knights defense had enough time to regroup, make the play. Knights with control at the midfield. Looking for a through ball of their own. Kasuma steps over it. Stewart chases it down, but so does a Dragons midfielder. Great effort on display from both teams. There's that trickery from Hackenberg again. He came out of nowhere and stole that ball away. Got through a couple of black jerseys. Hackenberg with the backspin. The layup. Kasuma. Ho-ho! Catch and shoot. Never came. Great defense by the Dragons. Right place, right time. Last second play. Through ball all the way through. Caught initially. Somehow he got a foot on that with 3 white jerseys around him. What a tackle! Stonewalled. None shall pass. And then a great tackle on the other side by the Knights. Some great defense on display here. Long shot. Wide of the net. Little closer than anyone was expecting. Man, we saw some great defense in that exchange between these two teams. All starting with that tackle at the midfield, but then a tackle by the Knights defense on the far sideline, only to be answered by one more tackle at the midfield from the Dragons. Dragons team has definitely come alive here, found their footing. Sadly for them, they gave up 4 goals before they were able to find their footing. I mean, what could have been if we were able to start a little bit more evenly? I mean, the Knights put 2 goals on the board in the first 5 minutes, and then 2 more 5 minutes after that. I mean, it was a nightmare first 10 minutes, and ever since then, the Dragons have settled into the contest and found their rhythm a little bit, but that first 10 minutes could certainly be their undoing. Dragons with an effort there. Catching the right side of that whistle. Maybe catching the Knights napping just for a second. They went defense to offense with some urgency, but then lost it on that far sideline. The ball pressure for the Knights, just enough there. Knights will switch fields, play it over to Kasuma. Kasuma has it taken away from him. The Knights defense saw what the Dragons are trying to develop there. Space to be had on that near sideline. Caleb Marconi came in with a big leg and just sent that away. Said, let's restart this possession. I like the feeling of pitching those shutouts. The Knights still with a shutout going here in this first 45, and some substitutions checking into the game. As we have almost played a full 20 minutes in this first half. Knights offense got started early, but has slowed down over the last 5 minutes or so. Looking for space. The Dragons desperately trying to keep this ball right where it is. Oh, what a head ball. Big Mike looking for one more pass, and it won't come. Stewart's one-touch pass never found its target. Dragons do indeed keep this ball in their offensive zone. Does it lead to a look at the goal? They still have no goals scored and no shots on goal. As their black jersey got tangled up in a sea of white jerseys, picked up a foul for his troubles. Great opportunity here for the Knights, or excuse me, the Dragons. Slip like Freudian, first and last step to playing yourself like accordion, as MF Doom would say. All the opportunities have been for the Knights. Catches you by surprise to see the Dragons, and that is no chance for them as they can't get the chip over the wall. One-man wall set up, and that's all the Knights needed. Oh my goodness, that was almost spectacular. Oh my head would have exploded if he would have found the back of the net on that one. That was almost too good to be true. And even if that would have been the only goal that the Dragons got in the whole game, that would have, changed the whole tune of this game. Would have felt so much better about their day at the office. They still have a lot of work in front of them, though. It's easy to start thinking about this game as, the Knights got this one in a bag, 4-0 with their kind of defense. The effort that the Dragons have put forward here in this last 10 minutes, I think, has got fans thinking that a comeback hope is maybe not probable, but certainly possible. The Dragons continue to play good defense and create offensive opportunities for themselves like they have in the last few minutes. Still no shots on goal, but they've kept this ball in their offensive zone over the last 2-3 minutes. Nothing happening there as the Dragons catch the wrong side of that deflection. Under 25 minutes to play in the first half. Through ball finds its way all the way through, but goalie for the Knights, no hesitation. Scholze came off the line, made the play with the foot. And it stays here, and that'll be a handball. That just rolled right up his body into his arm. That's a tough break there. And a yellow card to boot with it. We knew this was going to be a physical game coming into this one. That's another yellow card issued in this one. Great display of sportsmanship there between the two teams. Heard the cries of frustration from the Dragons immediately. Didn't field that ball as cleanly as he wanted to, I'm sure, and then a little bit too aggressive on the makeup tackle. Through ball all the way through again, but Robin, just as before, so quick to come off the line. Hackenberg, what a pass up the sideline. Knights need one more, and they won't get it as they, this time, are on the wrong side of the deflection. But what a pass up the sideline from Hackenberg. A missile with some nice backspin on it. He put it right where he wanted to. Number 20. Showing the skills once again. Some great passing on display again from the Knights. And the tackle at the last second saves the day for now. Ball played back. Kasuma, one move, two moves, the head ball. What a finish! Oh my goodness, was that pretty! And my dad always said growing up that the pass was always prettier than the shot, but on that one, I'm not sure. I mean, the pass was pretty, but so was the head ball. He climbed up to the tippy top of the ladder and finished that ball off and sent it home into the back of the net. Goal number 5 comes with just over 20 minutes left in the first half, and what a goal that was. The trainer's on the field. Goalie's coming off the field, so we will see a goalie switch here for the Dragons. Let's take a look at our trusty rusty scorecard. I believe the goalie coming in now for the Dragons will be Danny Ventura. Nightmare first half continues for the Dragons. And really, the nightmare, not only is it continuing, it's getting scarier. The Dragons are going to need to outdo their season average of 4 goals per game if they want to just tie this game up. The Knights continue. Not only are they pitching the shutout, but they're pitching the perfect game in terms of goals and shots on goal. 5 shots on goal, 5 goals scored. I mean, it's perfection. How much longer will that perfection last? You're going to have to stick around with me and find out. I mean, this may not be the same kind of good one we were expecting. I was expecting a close game here, but we're still seeing a good one. The action on display from the Knights. Here's a free kick. Far sideline, just about 10 yards outside of the box. What's the Knights' strategy here? One-man wall set up for the Dragons. Hands up, ball follows. Good strike. Someone's there. Got a flick on it. Oh, my goodness. Did he finish that with the heel? Or did Kasuma come in and steal it away from him? Oh, my. The trickery. 3 Knights players touched it. We know that for sure. The free kick. And then the spinning heel flick, and then I think Kasuma came in at the last second and played hero or spoiler, depending on where you're sitting. Oh, my. Mr. Producer Man, that goal was so nice, we want to see it twice. But we don't have replay, so
That night's goal
If
was
only, if
number
only.
22, Kogo Katsuno.
So 6 goals put up by the Knights in this first half, and they are still perfect. 6 shots on goal, 6 goals scored, 0 goals given up. And I feel like I got to stop bringing attention to it at this point because I may give them the old broadcaster jinx. We got the soccer equivalent of a perfect game going out there right now. This late into the first half, it's that much more impressive. Ishizuka looking to get around. Big kick! My goodness, and that one would have sent or put a hole in the net if it found the back of it, but it doesn't. Caleb Pritchett checks out of the game. Pritchett had a goal earlier in this first half, a nice one. And Caleb Marcani with some pleas to the ref. Just over 15 minutes to play in this first half. Marcani puts the boots to it from the defensive zone. He puts that all the way in towards the box area. Far sideline throw in deep in the offensive zone. The Knights knocking on opportunity's door once again. Looking to dump off, looking for space, far sideline. 3 black jerseys there, and one of them got a little too handsy. Far sideline. It's not a corner, but it might as well, because it might as well be, because that's where this free kick is coming from. That far sideline right in front of the corner flag. Not the best effort, but almost something out of nothing. The Dragons clear. Now they're trying to go defense to offense with some urgency. They've got space. And Caleb Marcani turned on the Jets and caught up to the offense. And what an effort by this defensive unit for the Knights. They were out of position until they weren't. Dragons looking to do it again. And this time they don't get as far. They're stopped at the midfield by the Knights. And now it's a fight for the ball. Dragons come out on the right side of it. But again, that through ball finds its way all the way through. Ball played in towards the middle. Dragons step in front of it, make the play initially. They'll have to make it again, though, as possession arrow stays this direction. Turning, passing towards the middle again. The Dragons, right place, right time. Same could be said about Marcani and the Knights defense right there. They've been playing with a boomerang this afternoon in the first half. Quickly as the Dragons send it into their offensive zone, the Knights send it right back. Oh, there's some trickery. around 2 defenders, and the Dragons find themselves on the wrong side of that deflection until maybe it bounces right at the last second. It's a corner kick for them. They're first to the game. Could this be the opportunity they need to break through with some offense? Corner kick, far sideline, Dragons knocking on opportunity's door. Ball's up. That's a good strike. Someone's there. They can't do anything with it. Dragons, one and done there. And possession arrow goes the Knights' way. Dragons aren't happy with it, but it matters very little. That is a whistle and a frustration foul. This is the same Dragons player who was frustrated with the no call a moment ago, and that is also a Dragons player who is doing a Michael Jackson impression, as that young man is wearing one glove. Oh! What a tackle on the far sideline. Last line of defense stuff. If he doesn't save the day there, the Knights may get a cross on and put goal number 7 on the board in the first half. Throw in. Deep in the offensive zone, far sideline. Dragons desperately looking for the clear. It won't come there. Or there. Or there. Shot. What a tackle! Great play in the box defensively from the Dragons. Last line of defense stuff right there as the Knights were winding up the big gun to take a look at the goal. Dragons looking for one more pass and not finding it there. Knights get a body on it and they'll regroup as the possession arrow will continue to point in this direction. Oh, good throw in, turn, cross. And that ball rolled out of bounds. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, though, as there was no black jerseys there to finish that ball off. Great effort to turn the corner there. But the ball played just a little bit too far out in front. What could have been a moment for the Dragons for sure. Oh, my. What a play! Left foot! And I think the Dragons defense poked that away at the last second. We see a big group of players starting to warm up on the far sideline for the Knights. I think that's a good indication that we'll see the second unit for most, if not all, of the second half for the Knights, as there's a catch on a cross attempt. Goal differential does play a factor when it comes to seeding when we get in towards the tournament. But at this point, with the season the way it is, the standings the way it is for the Knights, Coach Fiedler and the coaching staff probably more concerned with keeping everybody healthy and fresh headed into the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, you have to catch the CCBC Essex website for schedules and times for next Saturday's playoff games live from the Lions Den at CCBC Dundalk. Kasuma can't get to that one. Dragons defense makes the play. Looking for the transition. They needed to get around one more defender. And that one more defender was one too many. Knights defense steps up and makes the play again. And they're content to slow things down in the first half, play a little keep away. Good ball pressure being applied by the forwards, and that was a mishit there. needed better communication on the field. Forwards, oh my! Whew! He played that over his head towards space and created something out of nothing. But back to the communication breakdown there for the Dragons. That ball pressure forced the turnover, but you saw one of them get a foot on the ball while it was still in the air, not realizing that he had space, he had time. And that mistouch maybe the reason why the Dragons didn't get a good look at the net that time. Missed opportunity, and I certainly can't afford to miss too many of them. Or any of them. Oh my goodness. It doesn't count. It was out of bounds, but what could have been? He almost brought this whole crowd to their feet. It's that trickery. I didn't even need to see the back of the jersey. I knew that was Hackenberg. Only one man out there trying that. And he wears number 20 for the Knights. And we've seen him pull that off already this season. I mean, it's one thing to have the skill to pull that off. It's another thing entirely to have the skill and the willingness to try it in a game. Approaching the 5-minute mark of this first half. We have got two teams out there looking forward to halftime for two very different reasons. Good job of using the body as a shield. Oh! And that's a coachable moment. Clock continues to tick as the referee is talking to both teams. The foul will go against the Knights. So possession arrow will change here. Dragons take over. Just over 5 minutes left to play in the first half. And games like this are great examples of why I never bet on sports and would never recommend anyone. Oh, and there's a red card. Speaking of coachable moments, there was one. Speaking of players you want to see staying healthy towards the end of the year, that is a player who's down in some considerable pain. We're going to take a break with the two teams. Just over 5 minutes to play in the first half. 6-0 Knights. As quickly as I signed off was as quickly as Ethan Hackenberg hopped up, or I shouldn't use the word hop. He got up. He walked off with a limp and frustration written all over the body. Two things there. Have we seen Hackenberg walk off the field for the final time today? And the other thing, the Dragons, they're going to play the rest of this game down a man. Free kick. Ball in towards the middle. And the Dragons will get the clear off. There's another one. That's a tough one. Feet got tangled up. Tough fall for the Knights player, as he was standing and then he wasn't. Under 5 minutes to play in the first half. This game has a different feel after that red card, honestly. Oh, man. Two players got heads on it. Kasuma looking. Oh, spinning! Oh, my goodness. Kasuma almost making the spectacular happen. Kasuma had it on the right, then he pushed it over to the left, spun around one, and he needed just one more move. But that one more move was one too many. Asking for a miracle. Referee wants it played from the spot of the foul. Knights won't be able to catch the Dragons sleeping there. Instead, it'll be a free kick for them, about 20 yards into their offensive zone. Punched out. And this is a transition opportunity for the Dragons. And what a recovery defensively from the Knights midfielders. The defensive line never was out of position. They were on their high horses getting back from the word go. It's the midfielders that were shot out of a cannon, caught up to that ball so quickly and made that a tough run. Looked like for a second that was going to be a nice transition opportunity for the Dragons, and then, well, then it wasn't. Free kick for the Dragons, 7 yards into their offensive zone, putting it in towards the box. Knights get the first head on it, but it's bouncing around for anybody to have now. Great effort just to turn and shoot that, but an easy save. And there's a push-up. Kasuma is there, but so is the Dragons' defense, and it's another whistle, but that one goes against Kasuma. Hand fighting going both ways. It could have went either way, the call. Dragons looking for another opportunity. Oh, nice move around one. Now a second. One pass. Two pass, maybe. No, the defense stonewalls him. Here's the big through ball to Mike Ondekambi. Big Mike turning the corner. Pass over to Toga, and right time, right place for the Dragons defense, as they made the save by the skin of their teeth. And with 92 seconds left in the first half, we'll take another break as there's a player down with some cramping. A lot of running on the field here this afternoon. Sadly for the Dragons, all their running's taking place in their defensive zone. Knights push it right back into their offensive zone after the whistle. Kasuma chasing it down, stepping over a few times, but having it taken away from him by the Dragons' defense. And the ref will blow the whistle for the stoppage as there's a substitution checking into the game for the Knights. Clock continues to run. Is this the last hurrah offensively for the Knights in this first half? It'll be a throw in near sideline. Big throw. Somebody's there getting a head on it, putting it in towards the box. It's sent away initially. Kasuma regroups, puts a leg on it, but he puts it right into the waiting hands of the goalie. Oh, what a move to get around one. Now the second. Oh, a nice move. Better pass, but no one to receive the second pass. And that'll be the last hoorah we see in the first half from either team as the clock hits triple zeros. And the final score in the first 45 is 6-0 Knights. Tell me you saw that coming, and I'll call you a liar. This showdown at the Castle is not going the way anyone thought it was. But if you're a Knights player, coach, or fan, it's a good day at the office for you. we are back ready to continue this contest. If you're a Dragons player, coach, or fan, you're hoping the second half goes a lot differently than the first. 6 goals put on by the Knights in the first half. 6 unanswered goals, I should say, as the Knights have now put 9 straight scoreless halves together. They have 4 straight shutouts coming into today's game, and 1 half down from a 5th shutout here, and maybe a 5th straight victory as well. Or excuse me, a 6th straight victory. They already have 5 coming into today's contest. And wow, that one came up off the heel or toe area. Ended up being an easy catch, but I don't think he was expecting a catch at all. So some starters still out there on the field for the Knights, and we could expect that to change at some point here in the second half, as we still see some warm-up action on the far sideline for the Knights. Big throw. Pritchard got a head on it. So did Kasuma. It's bouncing around, and big clear by the Dragons defense. And they'll steady the beating heart, as that was an opportunity in almost a moment. Oh, through ball. It finds the wrong side of Pritchett. Ishizuka trying to get around that last defender. And what a laser! Kevin Osorio buries that one into the back of the net. 3 minutes into the second half. The Knights have started the scoring. Excuse me. Mishizuki Saeka is the one who got the goal there. And there is the first shot on goal. Or excuse me, second shot on goal for the Dragons, as they put that one right into the midsection area. Word on the street is that they will be issuing a running clock for the remainder of this game, which means there'll be no stoppage. I'm sure that was an agreement amongst the two teams, thanks in large part due to the score on the big board. Osorio with a nice move to get around one. Then the pass. Big Mike, can he finish? And he cannot. He wasn't even trying to finish. He was laying that up to a teammate. Knights still knocking on opportunity's door, though. Oh, Osorio with the steal at the midfield this time. Carry in towards the middle. Big Mike, one move, shot, wide of the net, but not by much. Knights looking to take it over at the midfield. Dragons looking to take it right back. This game may not have gone the way the Dragons thought it was going to. Maybe a level of understanding about the outcome. This is looking like it's going to be the 8th straight victory for this Knights team and Knights program over the Howard Community College Dragons. And that is a trend that the Dragons will look to reverse next time they see this Knights team. I think, though, the way this game has gone, the Dragons in store for a long trip back to Howard. Not thinking this game was going to go the way it did. 4 straight goals put on by the Knights in the first 10 minutes. And you look at everything that we've seen since then. We haven't seen the Dragons with many offensive opportunities, but we've seen the Dragons really limit the offensive opportunities for the Knights. 4 goals in 10 minutes. Did you really think the Knights would only have 3 since then? I didn't. Looked like the Knights were going to get the scoring started early and often. Instead, their offense has slowed down a little bit, and thanks in large part due to some great defense from the Dragons' midfielders and defensive line. Really tough to overcome a nightmare 4-0 start to a game, though. They talk about putting yourself behind the 8 ball. Ball played back to the defensive line. Logan Jackerick looking to take it. He's a tricky player, too. As you see some trickery from him, creating some space where there wasn't any a moment ago. Played 10 minutes in this second half. Knights looking for a corner here, and Robin Scholze is running the sidelines. Trying to keep his body warmed up, I'm sure. It's turned from a breezy evening to a very chilly night. Certainly starting to feel like winter is coming. Free kick, far sideline. Basically a corner, as that's where it's coming from. Just inside of that corner flag on the far sideline. Ball's up. That's a good strike. A couple of players got a shot at it, and that is bouncing on the wrong side of the net. But the Knights chase it down. Play it again. Get a foot on it, and a tackle at the last second by the Dragons defense. But they're not out of the danger zone just yet. And again, it'll be a free kick. This one from a much better spot, though. Free kick just 10 yards outside of the box. We got a three-man wall set up right now for the Dragons. And that three-man wall just turned into a two-man wall. Osorio and Jackerick standing near the ball for the Knights. One of these gentlemen's going to act as a decoy, I'm sure. So the Knights go for goal here. Knocking on opportunity's door. Free kick. It looks like Osorio will take it. No distraction. Plays it in towards the middle. Not the best kick we've seen so far from the Knights. Nothing happening there, but second go round. They'll have to chase it down, and nothing happening that time, though it'll be a throw-in deep in their offensive zone. We get closer, and we are getting closer and closer to the 30-minute mark of this second half. We've almost played a full 15 minutes. Knights put one on the board so far in the second 45. Can they put one more on? If they do, it won't come there, as it's one and done after the throw-in. Possession arrow changes, and now it's a throw-in for the Dragons. And that is a good clear. Worst comes to worst. That gives the defense a chance to regroup. You'll take that down 7. Ball played up in towards the middle. Dragons control it for a moment. They send it right back where it came from themselves. Play it back to the defensive line, and why not? Play with control. Wait for something to open up. The long passes haven't worked. They've come close to working a few times, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my dad used to say. You see the downfall of playing with that ball in your defensive zone. Yeah, turnover in a really dangerous spot. Knights can't make them pay for it that time, though. Hot potato between the two teams at the midfield, neither one possessing the ball cleanly. Jackerick looking to make a run, carrying as far as he can, though he got it back somehow. Oh, what a spin! He smashed that O button right at the perfect time. Ball slowly played up the midfield. The Dragons Doing a good job of taking what the Knights defense gives them. Problem with that is it's certainly a little too late to be playing that style of ball. But it's a little too late for really anything for the Dragons. They didn't need a miracle of epic proportions to make some kind of comeback here. 7-0, the score on the big board. The offense grinded to a halt for this Dragons team. How many times have we seen that at the Castle? A team comes in here to have a showdown against the Knights. They're feeling good about themselves, only to run into the buzzsaw that is this Knights defense. Pitching another shutout, their 5th straight. Oh, Big Mike wanted that through ball. The Dragons saw what was coming. Got ahead on that. Said it's not going to happen right there. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But just not right there. Under 30 minutes to play now. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you at home for joining us on this Tuesday evening. And thank you for joining us all season long. What an exciting season, regular season, that is, of soccer we've seen this year at CCBC Essex. Some tremendous goals, some great defensive plays, some tremendous saves, of course. We've just seen a great effort between the women's and men's team here at Essex. We've seen a great effort from both these soccer teams, and that'll be the game's 3rd penalty kick. Effort gets you mighty far in life, and the Knights' effort may have got them their 8th goal of the game. They've been 2 for 2 on penalty kicks so far. The first 2 coming back in the first half. Big Mike on DeCombi will take this one. So the nightmare game continues here for the Dragons. Watching the Knights take their 3rd penalty kick of the day. Big Michael on DeCombi taking the kick here, looking for his first goal of the afternoon. Number 17 waits for the whistle, hears it, goes for the kick, and he buries it into the corner. No chance for a save that time, and it's 8 unanswered goals put on the board for the Knights. 8-0 is the score on the big board with just over 25 minutes left to play. Ball switched fields with some mustard on it. Some good passing here from the Dragons. Great ball pressure, though, by the Knights, not giving an inch. Looking to take a mile here after the turnover. Cross in the box. Somebody's there, but they're wearing a black jersey. Clock continues to tick. Changes continue to check into the game here for the Knights. Throw in deep in their offensive zone. Jackerick takes the throw in. It's quality. So is the cross that follows. The head ball put on by the defense for the Dragons. Now they're looking to go transition. What a move to get around one. Now turning the corner, and the whistle as the two players get their feet caught up, though the referee says it's a little bit more, and it's a yellow card issued. But what a move at the midfield to get around that first defender. That was some trickery. Under 25 minutes to play. Dragons with a free kick just under 15 yards into their offensive zone. They're going to need a lucky bounce here, but they're due for some luck. Good strike. Lucky bounce does not come, as the Knights are the first ones there. And what a tackle. Here's the run, the Knights. Looking for space, switching fields. What a pass up the far sideline. Chasing it down, the cross. And again, that's sniffed out at the last second by the Dragons' defense. And they catch the cannonball cleanly with under 25 to play. Knights move it all the way back to the defensive line. Look to restart this possession. Doing it successfully so far. What a one-touch pass. Ball played up onto that far sideline. Nothing happening for the Dragons, though, once they got towards the midfield. Just over 20 minutes to play in this contest. The Knights take over once again. Three of the 8 goals scored by the Knights have come by way of the penalty kick. And I am not a math guy or a numbers person, but I gotta say that I think it's safe to assume that if you were to look at the numbers in terms of teams that gave up 3 penalty kicks in one game, the numbers usually are probably not very good in terms of those teams winning those games. It's really tough to win a game when you give up 3 easy opportunities at goal like that, because that's what a penalty kick is in reality, especially at this level. Now, you're expecting guys to finish that more times than not. The Knights have gotten 3 freebies, and they could have lived off just those ones. Just like any other working man, they're not concerned on or about what they can live off of, or just what they can live off of. They're concerned with doing a little bit better than just good enough. Minutes. That's all that separates these two teams from the final whistle. And there is a tangle up. I think the Knights, the way they've been playing here over the last few minutes, have a change in strategy after that penalty kick goal. Not shying away from goals or goal-scoring opportunities, as you see a long pass right here. But I think there's been a mandate to put some more passes together, string some passes. You know, play what I like to call an aggressive style or brand of keep away. So the Knights, 19 minutes and some change away from their 6th victory in a row. 5 of those, or 4 of them so far, have been shutouts. Maybe a 5th shutout. They're 19 minutes away from their 8th straight victory against Howard. And they're 19 minutes away from improving to 15-2 on the year and 6-0 at home. What a regular season for Coach Fiedler's team. But that matters very little if you ask them. It's all about what comes next. Region tournament. Then possibly whatever is next after that for them. Only time will tell where the season will take this Knights squad, but you got a feeling that they've got a chance to do something special. Ball played up the near sideline. This is a good run. But Logan Jackerick turned on the Jets. And what a tackle there. Winning possession back for the Dragons. Ball played in towards the middle. Chance. Oh, and he's just wide of the net on the turn and shoot. Oh, ball played in towards the middle. The Dragons got to go at it, but so do the Knights. It's anybody's ball. And the whistle says actually it's the Dragons' ball, excuse me. Oh, what a tackle at the midfield to win possession for the Dragons. And the frustration foul from the Knights afterwards makes sure that it stays with the Dragons here for a second. Dragons trying to make sure it stays with them for more than a second. Connecting a few passes here at the midfield, waiting for something to open up. Nothing ever did. Oh my, how did he get around that guy on that near sideline? Great effort. All for none, as nothing was happening that time, but something may be here as it's a corner kick near sideline. Corner kick near sideline. Hands up. Ball follows. That's corner. It's off the top of the post, and the goalie just pushes it away. What a turn of events. Blink and you missed it. A great corner. A Knights player climbed to the tippy top of the ladder to get ahead on it. It hit the top of the post, and then the goalie in a last-ditch effort, just slapped it away. Wow! So with under 15 minutes to play, after that exciting corner kick just a moment ago, Knights with a free kick 15 yards into their offensive zone. They'll look to use it as an opportunity to switch fields. Now here's the big cross, and they're off sides. Dragons had the ball, and then they didn't. Stop me if you've heard that one today. Oh, what a chip over the defense. The Dragons, for a second, looked like they caught an unlucky bounce as they had a defender overrun that ball, but then second defender came in and saved the day. Back-to-back head balls. Good ball pressure applied there from the Dragons. Knights applying some ball pressure themselves. Couple of good passes from the Dragons, leading to some space. Maybe a run at the goal. And there will be a whistle that goes against the Knights and blows that play dead. Dragons still looking, still trying, still coming up empty. Jose, big boot, caught safely and cleanly. Knights need one more pass, and it won't come there, as it'll be a free kick for the Knights. Just under 15 yards outside of the box. Knights will take this free kick. Three-man wall set up right now for the Dragons. This kick will take place with just over 10 minutes left in the contest. Marcani looks like he wants to take it. There's someone on the other side of him, and now they leave, so Marcani will be taking it. No distraction here. I think it's safe to say that Caleb's going for goal. Can he get it over the four-man wall? He can, and he splits the uprights. That'll count for 3 on Sunday, but nothing here this evening. Missed opportunity for the Knights, but one they can afford to miss. Up 8-0. The Bubba beatdown continues here at the Castle. Oh, what a step over. Letting that ball play through. And there was a missed touch from the Knights. Haven't seen many of those this afternoon. Under 10 minutes to play now. Dragons making a run. And a good one. Sadly for them, they just can't catch the Knights napping. Got that ball deep into the offensive zone, but just could not take it an inch further. Oh, round one. Dump off on the near sideline. Knights looking for the cross. Here it comes with the left foot. That's quality, and so is the strike. But just wide of the net. Great spin on that ball. But that cross, that hung up there in the air for a while. Two different Knights players had a go at that. First one came up empty. Second one. What could have been? What might be? What definitely is the Knights are going to be improving to 15-2 in about 8 minutes. 6-0 at home. 6 straight victories and 5 straight shutouts. And oh, by the way, 8 straight wins over this Howard Community College Dragon team. Oh, what a tackle at the midfield. The Dragons take it, but can't do much with it. Though they'll still have possession as the ball's cleared out of bounds by the Knights. Ref says let's slow it down, do that again. There's substitutions that need to come into the game. Subs checking in here for the Dragons. 6 minutes is all that separates these two teams from the final whistle. Oh, good through ball. Had a black jersey ready to chase that one down, but white jersey, right place, right time, made the play initially. Maybe one more play to be made. Oh, another good through ball in there. Again, the Knights. Right place, right time to put a stop to that run. Dragons still trying, though, here. Oh, around one. Here's the through. And no one there to chase it down for the Knights. A great display of sportsmanship there between the Dragons and Knights player. Knights defender had his legs taken out from underneath of him in air. Took a hard fall there. Was helped up for his troubles by a Dragons player. And this is not the day at the office that the Dragons were expecting. It's really been a nightmare day today at the Castle for them, but great displays of sportsmanship like that get you mighty far in life. And Things like that aren't the kind of things that you think about that other coaches notice, but they do. And it goes a long way. Under 5 minutes to play now. Knights still looking, still searching. Dragons defense still making some plays. That's the second game in a row we've seen somebody play the ball off the ref. We saw that once in the women's game. And now here in the men's game as well. We didn't see that all season long here at the Castle, but the last 2 games of the regular season, we see it happen. What kind of game and year this has been for these 2 soccer programs here at Essex. And a 4th penalty kick. Be another penalty kick here for the Knights. This one coming with under 3 minutes to play. Caleb Marcani will take it. I got to think at this point the numbers game may favor. Oh my goodness, he saved it! He saved the penalty kick, and I was just about to say, at this point, you got to think the numbers game favors the Dragons in terms of penalty kicks. They've seen 3 already, and the 4th one is the saving grace. They make the save, but they are not out of the danger zone just yet. Here comes a corner near sideline. Ball's up. That's quality. Another go at it. It's up again. One more time. 3rd time's the charm. And the defense for the Dragons stepping up to every challenge there. "90 seconds is all that separates these 2 teams from the final whistle. That pass found its target, but maybe half a second too late. Is that the last hoorah we see offensively here for the Knights? It'll probably be the last hoorah we see from either team, as now under 30 seconds to play. One of these 2 teams is going to play keep away, and it'll be the Knights as they have possession. And the clock is going to hit triple zeros. And the Knights are going to improve to 15-2 on the year, 6-0 at home. 6 straight victories for the Knights to close out the regular season, 5 by way of the shutout. And the Knights have now won their last 8 matchups against this Howard Community College Dragon teams, and 8 is the theme of the night, as that's the final score on the big board. 8-0 Knights. Thank you for joining us tonight and all season long. I hope you can join us next Saturday, CCBC Dundalk, the Lions Den, the playoff start. I hope to see you then. But until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Aaron Thomas saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night.